January transfer window closing just around the corner. So Stuart, what are Arsenal going to do and what should they do?
The interesting thing, are they going to sell Alexis Sanchez? Are they going to send Ozil?
And Ozil, those two.
Those two players.
Will they be there at the end of the season?
I think both those players won't want to go now. I think Arsenal have made a big mistake. If they were going to sell them, they should have sold them at the end of last season, then bought replacements for them. If they try and get rid of them now, they're not going to get that much money for them. I don't think the players will want to go. The players can then get a massive contract elsewhere. There's talk of Ozil going to Manchester United and wait until the end of the season to get that big contract and go and join Mourinho again, as he did at Real Madrid. So I think that's an area where Arsenal have made a big mistake.
Yeah.
So I think they'll wait till the end of the season. I don't think Arsenal will buy too many players in January.
Really?
Because Sanchez and Ozil will still stay, and they'll do all their work, I think, in the summer transfer window.
Okay, forget about attacking players at the moment, but don't they need defenders? I mean, Arsene Wenger didn't buy any in the summer, but really now is the time, isn't it? I think Per Mertesacker is going to be retiring at the end of the season. Lauren Koscielny might be moving on. Now is the time, right?
Yes, they've always needed defenders, but more than defenders, they need people to coach the defenders and coach the team as a
Steve
general.
Bold, no?
I don't think he has too much say. I think Arsene Wenger has all the say, and Steve Bold isn't allowed to do that much work. I think if Steve Bold was allowed to do a bit more work, Arsenal would be a better defensive unit. And it doesn't matter who they buy, if you don't do the right defensive work on the training ground and get a system of play, you can have the best three, if they're going to play a back three or back four. They went to a back four the last couple of weeks. If they're playing with a back four, you can buy the best four centre halves in the world, or best back four. You still won't get a performance if you don't do enough work on the training ground.
Okay. What about other players that have perhaps fallen out of favour with Arsene Wenger? Are they going to be looking to moving on?
There's lots of players at Arsenal that need to move on. Look at Chambers. When they bought him for a lot of money as a youngster, he got in the Arsenal team straight away. He was in the young England under-20. He was the right back for England for a while. He doesn't get a look in anymore. So he's a player that needs to go. But Arsenal pay their squad players so much money, nobody's going to buy them.
Okay. A damning assessment, I believe. Watch this space to see what happens in the January window for Arsenal.